Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Casually Fit podcast. My name is Robert. This is episode 52. I want to thank everybody for coming by today. This is another day. I don't got the shades today. Forgot them if you're watching the podcast. But I'm getting, a little excited, getting pumped up. I'm trying to transition from summertime to fall. Fall comes around and a whole lot of things come up, right? Leaves start falling. The weather starts dropping, got Halloween coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the holidays, trips planned. Apparently, I think for some people, trips are being canceled this year. Don't want to get into it. But yeah, it's a bit of a transition when we switch seasons, right? 1 second, the summertime is here, You spent all last winter, all last fall, all last winter, all spring getting your body ready, getting it tight for the summertime so you could hit the beach or hit the lake or do whatever you do in summertime where you got to show off the bod. And then all of a sudden it's freaking, now it's fall. I mean, here in San Diego, the temperatures dropped pretty dramatically over just a couple days, A few days ago, it was like 80, maybe 90 degrees. And today it's just cloudy and cold and rainy. I don't even know what the temperature is. I know for me, right, I'm climatized to San Diego, okay? So I get it. It's only probably, here it is, 67 degrees. To me, this is freezing, okay? I know live you're like, that's not cold, Robert. Robert, this winter, I'm going to be in -5 degrees weather, -5 degree weather with a -30 wind chill. And I feel you, all right? I get it. I grew up in Wisconsin. You always hear old people say, I remember when I had to walk in the snow to school. Well, guess what? I'm not like super old, but I am older than a lot of people. And I did used to walk in the snow to go to school. So I get it. Which is why I live here in San Diego. I like warm temperatures. And a lot of people will say that the seasons don't even change out here. But again, when you're used to perfect temperature, you notice when it goes down. Right? And I know that's like a first world, like super me problem, but I don't even know why I started on that. Oh, everything's changing, right? It's about to be wintertime. Snow's about to start falling. Here in San Diego, it's just less people at the beach, which for me, as a surfer, this is actually a great time because the waves start picking up. Less people are at the beach, so I get to find parking a lot easier. And a lot of people, only like the true surfers, are the ones surfing in the morning now because it's so cold in the water and outside, just outside temperatures cold. So I'm getting pumped on it. I hope you're getting pumped on it. I know you live in the Midwest. There's a lot of good things that come with the fall, right? You got the snow falling. You get to go play in it. If you got kids, you're going to build, snowmen or snow. Is that controversial? Snow. They're going to build a snow family outside your home, right? So that's always fun. You get to take some pictures. The food changes, right? Things become a little bit more homely. You're not really eating. Do you eat poke bowls in October? Seems kind of weird to eat a poke bowl in October. So everything's, starting to switch over from hard seltzers and bikinis or board shorts. And now we are going to have, what's the drink? Eggnog and sweatpants, right? So it's an exciting time of the year, right? Some people can't really let go of the summertime, and some people welcome the wintertime. Whatever, camp you put yourself in, whatever. Let's just move on from this. I don't know why I'm talking about weather, cities, whatever I'm talking about. I just, let's get right into it. I want to show you a fit fighter of the week, right? Again, I want to show you somebody who's been out there doing it. So this week, more than likely, most of you have heard of this woman. I should have put up something. Hold on, I'll get it right now. Her name is Rebel Wilson, right? She has been, why can't I, hold on. IMDb. What's Sorry, just 1 second. I don't have a producer. I am the producer, so I got to do all this. Bridesmaids. I loved the movie Bridesmaids. And so she's in Bridesmaids. Pitch Perfect's great as well. I mean, everybody I feel like knows Rebel Wilson. She's an actress. Pain and Gain, I can't remember that. Workaholics. I mean, her real big one, maybe it's just for me, but I think it's for a lot of people, is Bridesmaids. That's a great movie. And if, most of you would know, right now you will see, if you're watching or if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can go to YouTube and you can see everything that I'm about to talk about. But you can see that she obviously, especially if you think back to Bridesmaids, she was a different person. She had, a few extra pounds on her, and she's had this this huge public weight loss. Some people are mad at her because she even lost weight, right? If you can wrap your head around that. But she's had this public weight loss, and you can see that just recently, this is why she came up on my radar. It's because she posted a picture of her in a swimsuit, and whenever a celebrity that lost a bunch of weight posts themselves with a swimsuit on, all right, the media just gobs it up, and then apparently I do as well because I saw it. So I just wanted to, just highlight her, just show you, anybody listening, that this is, this is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? This is just a very public person that has lost a bunch of weight. And she didn't have to lose it. I did a little bit of research on her. It looks like she lost 75 pounds, right? I would say for a lot of people, that's about what a lot of people are looking at. They're looking at like a 75-pound weight loss, which 75 pounds seems like a lot, but, some people got to lose 100, 150 to, 75 pounds seems like it's right above where it's like, it's in the very doable range. That's the way I want to put it. 75 pounds is in a very doable range. And you can definitely see the difference between how she looked before, how she looks now. And I think she's a great example for anybody to kind of go to for, some inspiration or advice. I believe she puts out some things on her weight loss because, again, she was a certain weight that a lot of people find themselves in the same category, and she had to lose 75 pounds. Again, a lot of people find themselves in that category, and she did it, right? And I actually have it. So she attributes her weight loss to adequate sleep, walking, hydrating, drinking water, switching up her eating habits. She also said that she treats herself differently. So apparently, she's an actress. When she'd land a role or, maybe get a line right, whatever it is, she would reward herself for her hard work with apparently food. And now that she's a successful actress, she rewards herself with, it says right here on eatthis.com that she bought a handbag, right? A St. Laurent handbag, apparently that's a big deal. So she just changed that. Like, she just switched out her reward, which is a great thing for anybody to kind of do. If you realize that that's what you're doing, it's good. It's fine to do it every now and then. Like, if you're, you just do something that means something to you in your life and you cruise past the Cheesecake Factory. I mean, are you not supposed to go get a cheesecake, right? But you got to realize that that same decision could lead to other bad decisions that are unhealthy, and you can just kind of go off the rails. It's kind of like a addict behavior, right? And so you just got to be aware of that. But if you are aware of that, then you can go off and reward yourself with that. Rebel Wilson apparently saw that she was doing it all the time, which attributed to her weight gain. And she saw that, if she could switch it up, that could possibly help her lose weight. And she was right. So, one thing that I did see that she said that this is one of the reasons why I bring out this podcast, why I have this channel, is I just want to try to get information out to people, as soon as possible in your life, right? She said that she wished that she tried doing this when she was 30 and not 40, right? A lot of us can walk around with regret and wish we could have done things differently, right? And especially when it comes to getting healthy with your body, you want to do it as soon as possible. Now, I don't want to deter anybody who is a little bit up there in age. The good news is that the body does adapt pretty much no matter what your age is, unless it's extremely up there, right? Sorry, but the body pretty much is going to adapt to what you give it, right? If you start giving your body healthy food, some exercise, some walking, you give it more water than you do hard seltzers, then you give your body the nutrients that it needs, the vitamins, the minerals that it needs, then your body's going to adapt to that. Your body actually wants to absorb those things. And then over time, after consistently doing all those things, then you can see things like weight loss, you can gain muscle, your cardiovascular system could be better, your breathing pattern could be better. You can go, miles walking without even worrying about it, where a lot of people, especially a lot of people who gotta lose 75 pounds, it's not walking a mile or two or, cruising around a mall isn't the easiest thing to do in the world, right? So, so the main thing is just that hopefully if you're listening to this, you're realizing that the time to do any of this is now, right? Right about now is when you should start, even if it's just something small, whatever it is. The time to start is right now. And I guess I'll just lead back. So that's the Fit Fighter of the Week, Rebel Wilson. She's killing it. Again, amazing movie, which was Bridesmaids. Hilarious movie. And yeah, if you go on her Instagram, I don't cruise on her Instagram other than right now. I mean, she's posting a lot of pictures of herself now. And yeah, she looks, just her weight is down. Her weight is down 75 pounds. So obviously she's going to look a little bit different. But let me get into the topic I wanted to talk about today. And that topic is struggling in the gym, right? This is the time, right? Maybe I talked about this. I can't remember if I talked about this on the podcast or if I talked about it in a video. Can't remember right now, but it's a topic that is never going to go away. It's just how to stay in the gym, right? It's how to stay consistent and how to really get through this time that we're in right now. This time that we're in is, like I said, things are changing, right? You're not going to be going for the poke bowl, right? Again, it is of me. It's just, I don't know if because the weather barely changes here, but I eat, poke all the time. But if I was living in Wisconsin where I grew up, I actually remember I went back to Wisconsin during the winter time. And it was a weird thing that I came across is, I went back, I was there for like a month and a half a couple years ago. And, that's the first time I've been back in Wisconsin for over a week or two in over probably 5 or 6 years or something like that. I've just been living in Southern California. And when I went back, first of all, one of the things that I would always eat is like a acai bowl, right? Or I would just get, some blueberries, some bananas, strawberries. It's a lot of sugar, right? Which is why I don't do it anymore. At the time, I was trying to just switch over and eat healthier and cut out all the bad sugar. And And I was conscious of how much sugar is in these bowls. But I kind of just put it off to the side in my head. And then I really realized, like, no, this is almost all sugar, and it's not, it's not good to be eating it all the time. But either way, I would get like just a small bowl of blueberries, bananas, strawberries, bunch of peanut butter, like chia seeds, matcha powder, almonds, and which is all still, again, great. I would just do it more consistently than I should. I would suggest doing it every now and then if you want, because it does taste great. But the point I'm getting to is that when I went back home and I was there, I was trying to just eat the same thing, right? I tried to do it. I went and got the food. I think I was staying at my mom's place. Went and got the food, and I tried making it in the morning, but it was just, I don't know, it was just like a different feel when, like, there's like a whole week in Wisconsin where the sun literally did not peek through at all. It was just clouds the entire week. And again, I can't even really remember if that's how it was when I grew up, which that's just a testament to my memory. It's not the best. But it's kind of hard, contrasting me eating this like blueberry filled, strawberry filled, like kind of acai whatever bowl, right? This like fruit bowl, going from eating it in the sunshine and like 70-degree weather, eating it in that setting, to then trying to eat it in a cloudy day, and then just consistently cloudy days with snow on the ground and it being like 20 degrees. It definitely lost its taste, and it lost its value in my mind. And I only ate half of a bowl, and then I didn't even try to eat it at all since I was there. So, and that reminded me of how things really do change. Again, and I'm more talking to people in the Midwest, people with like dramatic temperature changes throughout the year, especially when we're getting into these winter months, right? It becomes very difficult to keep going, to keep on your gym routine or keep on your diet, because you find yourself inside more. That's one thing I noticed for sure, right? It's so cold outside, and you can't go and like sit outside anywhere. Everything's inside because it's 20, 30 degrees. There might be some outdoor patios or whatever, but it's still not warm enough for you to take off your winter jacket or really take off your hat or anything like that. So it's just a completely different vibe. It's a much more, when you start adding on the layers, you got the scarf, the gloves, the beanie, winter jacket, sweatshirt, you got your own special boots. You have electric start on your car, or you jump out to your car 10 minutes early to warm it up and crank the heater. So when you run from the house to the car, it's scorching hot in there, so you don't drop your body temperature at all, right? When you're doing that, it's more like of that comfy vibe, and it's much easier to gravitate towards, comfy foods, like big, full foods. That's when cruising past a fast food restaurant is like, that does sound pretty good. Like a double cheeseburger sounds great. If we're talking about the Midwest, I cruise, if I even know that a Culver's is 1 or 2 blocks away from me, I am diving straight into that Culver's. I'm getting chicken tenders. I'm getting the cheese curds or mozzarella balls or mozzarella, whatever they call them. And I'm eating it every single time. Doesn't matter if I go there twice a day, 3 times a day. It's wintertime and I cruise past Culver's. I don't even know I'm supposed to be in the area. All of a sudden I realize I'm right next to it. I'm driving in, right? I am. What's the burger? I never really got into their burgers. I think they're butter burgers. More of a chicken tender and mozzarella or cheese curd type of guy from Culver's. But it's much easier to do that. It's also much easier to not go to the gym. Because it's wintertime, right? The wintertime means that the temperatures drop. And if you're trying to work out before you go to work, right, now you're running out to your car in 15-degree weather when it's pitch black outside, right? It's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, pitch black. There's ice on the ground, and you got to run out to your car to then go, drive to the gym, probably freezing, right? You probably didn't warm up your car, so you're probably freezing on the way there. Then you got to jump out, you got to declothe all the layers you got on, jump in gym clothes, and then do the whole thing, and then do it all over again and head to work, right? It's a couple more steps, and it's definitely less comfortable as far as, putting on layers, taking off layers, being in the weather conditions, dealing with ice, dealing with the darkness, all of it, right? It's just difficult. This time of year to exercise, lose weight, diet, it's a difficult time of year to do it, okay? Especially if you got a lot going on with work and you got a lot of trips planned, and then all the things I was just talking about. It's a lot on everybody's plate. So the question is, well, how do you actually lose weight? How do you stick to your plan? How can you make this happen? Well, there's a couple things you can do. Right? There's a couple things. First off, you have to make sure, you have to solidify the reason why you're going. And it sounds weird to say. It's like, but it is. This is like, it sounds simple and it sounds possibly overused, what I'm saying, but it's really huge, right? You really have to, there's a couple ways you can go about it. You can convince yourself to go to the gym. Like, you can convince yourself why you go to the gym by adding on all these things. Well, first of all, I want to lose weight. My doctor says I should lose weight. My spouse says I should lose weight. My doctor said I'm on track to get diabetes or whatever it is. Maybe you want to be drinking hard seltzers and be in a bikini next summer. Whatever reasons you have, gather as many of them as you can and use them to convince yourself to keep going. And that's what can solidify you to keep going. So that can be it. Or, what a lot of people do is you can just kind of not really think about that. And you could just it's a weird, I'm trying to put it into words. It's hard to put into words because it's a weird mindset that I don't agree with at all. But I see a lot of people have it, which is just like they don't really spend time thinking about why they should be doing the thing that they should be doing and finding real reasons to do it. Instead, they'll let the crack of the whip drive them, really. If that's probably a better way to put it. Like they'll let this like weird thing kind of just drive them to go, and they'll hate it the entire time, and they won't really have they won't see all these other great reasons why they should be doing it. And realizing that these great reasons apply to them and that they believing in them and knowing that these can help that person continue. It's just really a failure on that person's part. That's why I don't think it's good. I just think it's better to have good reasons to go than to have kind of no reasons other than just this driving force. Like maybe you just take one reason, it's the doctor's advice, and you just hate it the whole time and you half-ass it the whole time. And then again, most of the time in that scenario, those are the people who quit, right? The people who continue through it are the ones who have all these different reasons. So I would say instead of kind of going through this whole entire time with like a vague idea of why you decided to lose weight to begin with, maybe you've been doing it since January, right? And it's September, and it's the end of September. You've been doing it since January. Maybe you got a little chip on your shoulder and you think it's going to be easy. Well, first of all the things I just recently said, that's going to show you it's not going to be easy. But maybe you got this chip on your shoulder and you just think, nah, whatever, right? I've been doing it this long. I don't really have too good of reasons. I'm just going to keep on going. I would say that that's going to, shock you. I think after you have a couple bad days, along with all this comfort and all this ease of access to unhealthy food and just a time frame, and you can just make it. The thing about this time of year is that it's very easy to rationalize why you shouldn't do the things that you should be doing. It's too cold, it's too early, it's too icy, there's too much snow, I gotta shovel the driveway before I take off, I gotta warm my car up because my whole entire windshield is filled with ice, I don't have an ice scraper, I just worked 10 hours today and it's cold out, I just wanna go sit on the couch with some hot chocolate and a blanket over me while I watch hopefully the next season of Black Mirror, whenever that's gonna come out, right? This time of year is just so easy to come up with rational reasons on why you shouldn't be doing these things. But if you have, this leads me back to what I'm trying to say, but if you have good reasons to keep on going, solid reasons that aren't somebody else's reasons, not something that you've really heard on TV or YouTube or whatever. Maybe some of it can be that, but a large part of it should be reasons that you come up with yourself, like actual, like sitting with yourself and wondering, why should I lose weight? Why should I keep on focusing on my diet, right? Why should I be doing these things? And again, coming up with those reasons on yourself. And that's when you come up with those reasons by yourself, that means that they're going to be at the hip. They're going to be ready for you, right? If you're trying to remember some reason somebody else said, then it's going to be a lot easier to slip past that and just, go grab the cheeseburger, go grab the chicken tendies, right? But if you have solid reasons that you came up with, I mean, they're your reasons. So when you come into a conflict area to where you're debating on getting the hot chocolate and getting on the couch, when you're debating that, what should pop up is your reason. And again, if it is your reason, then it will more than likely pop up. And then you're going to debate your actual reason why you want to keep on going and, the lazy side of you that says, I just want to go on the couch. If you don't spend time doing this, coming up with the reasons why you want to go to the gym, then what's going to pop up when you're trying to decide? Well, there is no decision. That's the thing. If you don't have your own reasons, there's no decision that's actually going to be made. Because a decision would be weighing two different things. You're just going to be skipping right past any decision, and you're just going to decide, I guess, to just go lay on the couch, right? So having those reasons is going to help you out. Another thing to help you go through this entire time is to try to make things as efficient as possible. To make everything, I'm not an easy guy. Like I'm not, if I tell somebody to try to find an easier way to do something, that's only to try to achieve the very difficult. Make things a little bit easier on yourself or find ways to help yourself in the light of a larger kind of goal or a larger thing that you're working towards. So what I'm saying is try to make it easier for yourself to get into the gym. Try to make it easier for yourself to decide what food to eat that day. Maybe like an easier thing is, I think workout placement is huge. You have to put your workout in a place throughout your day and throughout your weeks to where it's seamless, right? Now, there might be a little bit of turbulence when you start to place your workout, right? You weren't working out before. Now you have a workout plan and you got to fit in this hour to 2 hours, however long, into your day. And you have to adapt to that, and it's a little clunky and it's not the easiest thing to start doing. But once you get through all that, you also have to make sure that that time of the day is not a terrible time of the day. Like to where you put in a 90-minute workout in this time frame, but you already know that the thing before you work out could easily bleed into that 90 minutes. And you already know that whatever you got to do after that workout can easily cut your workout short. So that would be a terrible place to put a workout. I always think, especially for people just changing their mind on trying to lose weight, put the workout in the morning, first thing in the morning. Now, I have done this to where I've woken up 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning for years, right? Years. When I first started getting back into getting in shape and exercising and just being healthy, right? I put my workout in the beginning of the day, super early before I did everything. And it is difficult to definitely do. But if you're able to do it, it really does kind of change up your entire mindset on everything. It's just a different thing when you're waking up at, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? And you're driving to a gym in the dark. And if you're on your way there, you start to think like, 6 months ago, I'd be sleeping right now. and I'd be sleeping for a few hours right now. But then all of a sudden you're exercising and you're eating healthy and you're driving to the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning to work out before you go to work. And once you're working out for a little bit, you realize that you do feel better when you leave the gym. All of a sudden you're starting your day off feeling better. But either way, that's my short diatribe on why you should put your workout in the morning. I've also worked out at midnight, 10 o'clock at night. It's whatever fits into your schedule, but I'm just saying don't put your workout in a difficult place. Don't put your workout where things can bleed in on either side of it. And that tends to be first thing in the morning. Doesn't matter what you got to do. Just put whatever time you used to wake up, just add 2 hours and just deal with it. And again, the body will adapt, right? If you keep on trying to, it's not going to adapt right away, but if you keep on trying to stick to that program, it will work out and you will find yourself waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So make things easier. Again, that's something that makes things difficult, trying to wake up super early and go to the gym. But in the long run, as long as you get past the first month of doing it, it's going to make everything a lot easier. So definitely make that easier for yourself. If you find yourself snacking, right? Like a lot of people, they get off of work and, you just got done with work. And for a lot of people, work sucks. Work is a drag. A lot of boring people. A lot of people that you just really don't care for. You don't like them at all. So, you're sitting at a desk or whatever it is. You get in your car, it's 5 o'clock at night. It's cold again. It's wintertime. It's cold out. You're all bundled up. You got to drive home. You already know you got an hour drive ahead of you. Somebody's going to crash because it's snowing out. There's ice. So you really got like a 90 to 2 hour drive home. And on your way out of the business park, you realize that there's a Wendy's right on the corner. So what do? You go grab Wendy's so you can eat it on your drive and in traffic, which again is a very rational conclusion, right? It's a very rational thing to think of. But make it easier on yourself to make that decision by just grabbing some snacks, right? Just get some food, throw it in your car. You can probably even keep, I don't know. I was going to say you can keep ice cream in your car in the winter, but that's not healthy. But I would say that would be one thing for sure, is to, if you typically grab some snacks here and there on your way home from work or whatever it is, or you find yourself when you are in your car and you're driving around, maybe you stop at a gas station, you see a Reese's peanut butter cups or whatever it is, and you snatch it up. If you find yourself doing that, start putting just random snacks in your car that are healthy. Go to Sprouts, Whole Foods, whatever it is. Go find some healthy food that doesn't taste terrible. Grab a bunch of it, throw it in your car, and then you can just go to that. Because a lot of it is just like mouth pleasure. A lot of it is just like you want to eat something, or you're bored. You're sitting in traffic. You just want to consume something. So if you can just replace whatever unhealthy thing you usually go to with something healthy, again, that makes it easier for you to stay on track, because one, you're eating healthy food, so your body is getting the healthy nutrients that it needs. Two is that mentally you know that you decided to eat healthy, and the more times you recognize that you just made a good decision, those are all going to build up, and that's what really helps you stay on track. So that's what time is it? That's it. I don't want to run this too long, right? But that's my advice for, that's short advice, honestly. Those are just 2 points. If you're trying to lose weight this year and you want to stay on track. Again, this is a difficult time of year. Don't go into it thinking things are going to be easy. I think that's a sure way to fail. So you come here, I'm always going to give it to you straight up. I'm going to tell you, I don't care if you don't like what I'm saying. If you want this to be a little bit more rosy, right? I try to paint a rosy picture afterwards, because I think all these things are achievable for nearly everybody. It's just the way you look at it and the way you do things. But I will tell you that this year, especially if we get locked down, gyms get closed up, you don't have any weights at your house, you can't go to the gym, things are you're going to be sitting at home more. It's much easier to snack at home, eat all day. I know if I'm sitting at home all day, and especially if I'm forced to sit at home all day, I will just go on a self-destructive path and just eat everything and drink all the alcohol and just sit there. Right? So not complete. That was exaggeration. But definitely just realize that things are going to become difficult, and one way to help you out is just to make sure, it sounds cheesy and sounds dumb, I'm sure, to a lot of people, but figure out why you're doing it, because it is going to help, right? And whether you realize that now or not, again, for the people, I'll speak to the people right now, anybody who is dismissing that right now, currently, who has to lose 75 pounds or more, and you hear me say, hey, really figure out why you're doing this, and you dismiss it, you're not going to lose weight. And I don't, a little bit of me wants to, a little bit of me is happy about that, because I know if somebody is completely dismissing this, it kind of irks me a little bit that the dismissal is so easy to throw around. But also, it's not a good thing, right? My whole goal here is for hopefully more people to realize that this is something that we all have to do. We all have to exercise. We all have to diet. But for sure, if you're dismissing the fact that how important you need to make the reason why you're working out, if you're dismissing raising those reasons up, or just finding the real reasons, again, you're not going to have a good time. All right. Hopefully what happens to you is that you realize, you get shocked by falling off your diet and exercise program, and then you turn yourself around, right? That's hopefully what happens. Unfortunately, for most people, that's not what happens. Most people just fall off and then they stay off, which is why I'm trying to put up these warning signs for everybody right now. Look, Winter is coming, as they say from a famous... I haven't even watched Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. I haven't seen I watched 5 minutes of the first episode, I think. I will probably watch it here in a couple years. That's typically what I do with TV series, is if it gets really hyped up for whatever reason, I have no interest in watching it. So maybe I'll watch it sometime. Hey, I hear it's great. But either way, winter is coming and things are going to get tough. Things are going to get cold. Things are going to get difficult. Be ready for it and roll right past it, okay? And if you're having trouble doing that, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Come back and listen to me every Wednesday. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can look at all the past episodes of Casually Fit. And you can see that I have links to all the fit fighters of the week. So you can just go follow all those people that I've shown all of you who are losing weight. So those people can be your inspiration to keep on going. But just try to do these things. Oh, I will leave it off with, just real quick, I won't even show you the person. This is a fit freak of the week. I'm not sure. His name is Kiana Ray Soto. One part of that is his first name. The other part might be his last name. It might be his first, middle, and last name. I'm not sure. But this guy is a fit freak of the week. He is, if you're watching it, that's not impressive. All right, I'm not even, I saw a couple videos of him. Looked great, but he is doing some great things. It's just, I'm ready to get out of here. My computer just froze. That's it, folks. That's this week's episode. Thank you for coming by. Sorry about I did not upload an episode on Monday because I broke one of my cords. And, of course, last minute, I was ahead. I was ahead on the podcast. I was ahead on the Monday video. And then just got completely detoured for 3 or 4 days. And now I am... in my mind, I am behind. I'm ahead, but I'm behind. Especially now that I had to get a new cord. I wasn't able to upload on Monday. But whatever. I will be back. I will upload that video. Hopefully, might just wait till Monday. I'm not sure. But I apologize for anybody who waits for those videos. But yeah, that's it. Appreciate everybody for coming by today. Thank you, and have a good day.